Welcome back to Mobility Now. My next guest is Regina Garcia. She's the chair of Bike Houston, an organization committed to create streets that are safe and accessible to bicyclists. Regina, welcome to Mobility Now.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm happy to be here.
Now, I understand that you make a lot of your trips around town on a bicycle. What got you started with that?
Actually, it all started because I was protesting. I was the chauffeur mother for many years, and I was driving my daughter to and from work, to and from all of her classes, to and from everywhere. We were always in the car, and I protested. I said, I'm not driving anymore on Sundays. And then it became so much fun, something for us to do together on Sundays, that we tried to expand it to Mondays. And so we just kept reducing the use of our car little by little because we were having so much fun riding our bikes places.
Well, you make it sound like fun.
It is fun.
Tell me about some of the other trips you make on your bike.
Well, I ride to and from work every day on my bike. I rode here today on my bicycle. Sometimes I just ride to meet my friends for coffee. I ride to meetings, just almost anywhere you'd take your car. I take my bike instead. So a big part of it is trip planning. I would never ride my bicycle down Kirby, but I might plan my trip to be 1 or 2 blocks over from Kirby. So maybe I'd take Wake Forest instead of Kirby. And so when you're on quiet neighborhood streets, you really get to encounter the slower traffic, and that's a lot more enjoyable.
What do you think it would take to get kids riding their bikes to school in greater numbers these days?
Really, there have to be good routes to school, and there's got to be a little bit better planning, and we're just going to have more moms and dads to go to school with their kids on their bikes. We have to be the change agent for the kids. Otherwise, they don't want to be stuck in the back seat of the car. They want to be out having fun. In a lot of cities, the parents will get together with other parents along the block, and they'll kind of be the watchers. So maybe one parent one week is the escort or the leader of the bicycle train or the walking train, and they pick up kids at each little house on their way to school and on the way back home. So a different parent is in charge of the kids walking to school and make sure that they're safe and walking together.
So you are currently the chair of Bike Houston, which is an organization that's trying to make our region more bicycle friendly. How do you get involved in that?
Well, I've just always been riding my bike. I've always been passionate about trying to make Houston more bicycle friendly. And when you're out on your bike, you strike up conversations with like-minded people. And we always come up with some great ideas to work together to make the city more livable and more bikeable and more walkable.
Well, what are some of the things you're doing to try to achieve those goals?
Well, one of the things that we focus on is education. So we actually take adults and take children and mentor them on their bicycles. We have bicycle safety seminars, and we have classes where we take people and teach them good routes to use. And we show them maybe some spots in town that are kind of difficult to go through your very first time. I mean, just imagine coming upon a traffic circle if you've never ridden a bicycle through a traffic circle before. So on a slow Saturday or on a slow Sunday, we'll actually escort people through there and talk to them about how you approach a traffic circle.
We've seen a lot of changes for the better in both our bicycling facilities and kind of the attitudes about biking, but if you could change one thing to make it even better, what would you do?
Oh, one thing, I think I'd lower the speed limit all over town, because I think so many of us are rushing to get somewhere, and if we can just back off 5 miles per hour, it makes the roadways a lot more enjoyable for all of us.
Any other resources or ideas that somebody who's interested in spreading the word about bicycling could take advantage of?
I think the League of American Bicyclists does a great job. There's a lot of info online of how to ride safely, and if you're going to be cycling around Houston, you need to do a little bit of preparation. Practice your route on a Sunday morning before you ride your bike to work on a Monday morning. And they have great tips online to help you get there safely.
Thank you, Regina. You gave us some great information. When we come back, more about the vision for a bicycle-friendly transportation network. Don't go away.